Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, it's Greg here again with the first update of the Meng Sherman Jumbo 135 scale. So as you probably know, I've been doing for the last few kits, I've always built, if they're linked tracks, I always try and build them first before I do anything else with the kit, and I've done the same now with the kit tracks in the Meng box. So I've done them all, and I've primed them, and I have to say they came out really nicely. Got metal pins in them, so you know it works really well, and the fit was brilliant. You get a nice jig with it as well. You got, say, 78 links per track, fully, you know, articulated. Really nice quality. I'll maybe zoom in a touch and we'll see. I can see it better. That's the inside, obviously. Nice. It took a bit to spray because obviously you have to get in between all the links. Sorry, you have to get in between all those links, which is quite a pain in the bum to do, but it does look better when they're all done. So I say that's the outside. So I'll probably lose a few of these duck bills along the way, but I'm sure on these kits, on the actual real vehicles, they'll be there. They'll do the same. They come off at some point. So that's what was tracks have started, and I also took the wheels. There's a choice of wheels. I took the this option. I'll just bring these in. Got the correct sprocket for the A version, which is that one. So I made ours prime with Vallejo black. Sorry, German grey actually. This is German grey primer. So sprockets, return rollers, they're all done and primed as well, and of course the return, so the idle wheel, again all done, all primed, and the wheels I've actually got primed as well. So I've done the same again. I really need to take a few chunks out, so I will do anyhow, because I'm going to spray them with a lighter grey, a tyre grey more than the German grey. So I'll take a few chunks out of each, not out of each one, but just a bit of damage. So I've done that. Where else are we? I've done a lot of the sub-assemblies, like the crate to go on the front. That's done. Jerry cans, they're all done. All other bits and pieces in here, like the exhausts, which I'm going to keep separate for now, and I've actually deepened them slightly. Paul gave him the idea because he did the same with his. And we've got a, just want to tidy up with that one, but yeah, but they've just took it in a little bit deeper. Even though you're not going to see a great deal of them once you got the back end on, you're not going to see it. And these are 50 cal, which I'm going to keep as it is, but I've got a brass, I may put the brass barrel on it, I'm not unsure. I'll have to have a look when I get around to building that. What else is in there? This is the plank of wood that goes along the front of the as well. Okay, it's got quite a nice wood texture on it. You know, nothing wrong with that. Oh, it's the same now. Look, you're not going to see it when it's that way on, so it's not so bad. So the idler wheels are adjustable, so I've left them off at the moment. So once I get the tracks on, I can adjust them and go from there. They're separate, they go underneath as well, but I thought I'd try and paint these first before I attach them. So that's all them bits in there, and let's get to the main build, I think. Oh, I've got the muck guards are all cleaned up, ready to be put on at a later date, and the hatches, I've got them cleaned up as well. I've got the handles on each side. inside and out. There's a couple of little, oh no it isn't, I thought it was. No it isn't, it's just saying, what does it say on there? Got a writing on there, I can't quite make it out with a naked eye. Anybody else can see that writing on there? Over the, where the periscope goes. It's a nice touch if it is supposed to be there, which I presume it was supposed to be. I shall have to look into that. Right, so that's all a little bits and pieces. Let's get to the main build. Right. So far, brilliant kit to work on. No fit issues at all. Anything at all. All this isn't together, by the way. We'll go through it bit by bit. So let's just zoom back out again. There we go. It's got a lovely fit, nice and tight. Lovely fit, you know. But you see, it isn't together. So we've got all these little bits on the front done. Use a separate part. There's the bolt heads. Got the transmission cover on. I've got the extra, what do you call it, deflector on. That was quite, that was the most, I'm not saying difficult, but it was quite an unusual build, but it came out quite nice. I enjoyed that, building that. It's fully what do we call it, movable. And underneath there we have, what's got a bit bent now, in fact it isn't even on. I'll have to put that back. I'll put that back in me pieces box. I don't lose it. It's broken off, and I'll put it back on later on. See, underneath there we've got the these are the attachments for the idler wheels, and you've got the exhaust going into there. But when you've got the cover on, you're never going to see the exhaust as much. And obviously you've got a handle on the hatch at the back, and these little things we put on as well. As I say, it's nicely detailed. Yeah, so I'll just have to sand that down and put it on again. And these parts are, I don't know what these are. I'm going to have to look into this part here. This and this, here to put them separately, but they weren't on the other side, so I'm unsure what that really is. I'm not too sure, but yeah. Fine, and the upper hull. I decided to get a metal barrel. I've got a pair of metal barrels. It's slightly offset, but it doesn't really bother me. And just thought I extended it, and obviously it's moved. All these little bits and pieces, these have all been added. And there's even this thing for the guy for the tow rope, that's been added. There's a photo etch grill cover under that, I see it's a ventilation port, I presume. We've got the fuel caps, oil filler caps, water caps. And all these are separate, all the rims around the outside, they're all separate with the holes in, as you can see. Got these all there. And I've got a weld seam right around that as well. The engine covers, I've put them on. 4 handles, I've just used the kit handles because they are quite nice and they come off quite easy. Just need, now that they're dry, I can go along the top and sand them. Same with the ones on here as well. The lights. I've got to add the clear parts yet. Obviously I'm not going to do that till nearer the time. Yeah, so that's okay on there, and let's pop that back on there for now. Obviously you had to weld put all the plates back onto the hull as well. These are all extra plates, obviously it could be in a jumbo. Did the cable, got that done. Where it says it's 123mm long, the line, it's more like 170. So this is what I measured, because it's going to go from underneath the gun travel lock, it's going to go from apparently there, through that little part there as well, so we did lie, but it goes right underneath there, sorry, right underneath there and round. So we've got that done. This is the the turret, the lower part of the turret isn't glued in. None of these are glued together. I made the parcel rack up as well. That's fairly straightforward. No problems with that. We made this is all dry fitted. Really nice fit. You know, really is a nice fit. We'll break it down in a second. can't complain with the fit at all. Used a metal barrel as well on this one. Paul used the plastic one on these, I think. So all these are separate. These are held in by polycaps, and then you've got a like 2 pintles that go into the gun. You've got quite a detailed little breech for the gun, so it's quite nice. I'm going to do the inside. I'm going to spray it an off-white and weather it up slightly, because I'm going to have a figure in the commander's hatch. Excuse me. And maybe in the gunner's side as well, I'm not too sure yet. But yeah, it's quite nice, you know, quite a nice bit of detail in there. Nice, easy to put together. This is press fit into here. That's just press fit at the moment, but it's very tight, so I may not even need to glue it. But yeah, there's the polycaps. They're in there. I think that's where we are. Sorry, no, I'll just move these out the way. Yeah, I've been working with the instructions, but not in that order, if you know what I mean. Right. Let me just put this. So I'm one of these people that paints the bogies first and then assembles them. I find it easy for me to do that way, so I've primed them all again in the German grey, picked out the right, well, whichever pair, I sprayed them all actually. Bogies, they're all nicely detailed, and then obviously we've got the rear of them, got the suspension arms, the caps are going as well. They're primed, and for the wheels again, they're all just primed, ready to, you know, I'm going to spray them the green, and then I'll take them off the sprue and put them all together once I've got the wheels done as well. You got a choice of wheels. I've done the other ones. I think Paul may have chosen these ones. I'm not too sure, because I think he's not going to build the same version as me. Not 100% sure, but I'm almost certain he isn't. I chose A, which is the bastard on the Cobra King, or King Cobra, whatever it is, Cobra King. Yeah, so that's where I'm at the moment. Nice, easy, well, yeah, I would say it's quite a nice, easy build. Nothing that a beginner couldn't handle. I'm sure that the only thing probably will be is maybe the tracks. Yeah, probably the tracks are maybe a bit off-putting for a beginner, because there's 5 pieces to each link. You've got top and bottom of the pads, you've got the connecting eyes on each side of the track, and then you've got on top of that you've got the duckbill as well. So there's 5 pieces per portion, per track per portion. You see the jig is quite nice to work with. Where have I put the jig? I'll put it somewhere. Put it somewhere, I can't think. You can only build, I think it's 10 pieces per track. Can't find it, I must have put it somewhere else. Let's just pick all these little bits up before I drop them. Yeah, so that's where I'm at. So I'm going to continue on now. We're starting to do the priming of the upper hull, the turret inside, get that mass primed and then sprayed off white, and then weather that. Then I can attach the all them parts together. Debating, will I have the clearance with these tracks if I attach the upper hull and that together? Not sure. Not too sure yet. Not too sure at all, but I shall see. Once the bogies are ready to put on, I'll give it a go and see what happens. Yeah, so that's where I'm at. So that's the end of update 1. I think I may do, when I come to the painting again, I may do how I've done it. I'll see when we get to that point. You know, I won't bore you to tease with other bits and pieces. So I'll say thank you very much for tuning in, and thank you to all my new subscribers, and of course all my old ones, and for the kind comments. Again, I still haven't got back to you, so I really do apologise, but I will, I promise, I really will. Just need to get my lazy ass into gear and do that. So this is Greg signing off, and we'll see you soon with update 2.